I got back from my camping trip and I wanted to dive right back into civilization, so I took my daughter to go see Teen Titans Go to the Movies. This is a feature film based on the hit Cartoon Network television show of the same name, Teen Titans Go, and it's a much more comedic kind of tone to the Teen Titans team than we are, maybe used to. They were kind of relaunched back in the 80s by George Perez and Marv Wolfman, and they were super cool, super hip, and they still are super cool and super hip, but they certainly poke fun at each other. And in this movie, which really highlights Robin's, obsession with becoming a cinematic superstar, like, his other DC brethren, like Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman and Aquaman. Robin really wants a movie of his own, and he just is completely, turning himself crazy with this huge ambition to become a big movie star.
Because if Aquaman can get a movie, anyone can.
And so the other team members kind of make fun of him a little bit, and they also have some friction because of Robin's obsession. But the whole way through the movie, there's all kinds of jabbing and poking that's going on, both with regards to the DC universe, particularly with its obsession with Batman and how many different Batman movies there are. They really sort of drill down and lean into that about how many different kinds of tales they could tell with characters and other elements of the Batman mythos crafted into movie form. And of course, every one of those choices just makes Robin sadder and sadder and sadder because he's just not getting chosen to be, a big movie star. And so there's friction there, and that's sort of the main sort of dramatic plot moment in the film. But there's also, of course, there's a big bad in here, and it's Deathstroke. And we get to see him slicing and dicing and shooting. And of course, all of the Teen Titans members keep calling him Deadpool because he's got 2 swords and 2 guns, and so they have some fun with that.
Deadpool? Deadpool? What? Why does everybody think I'm Deadpool?
They also have lots of really cool cameos. Some you would expect, some you definitely will not expect. But the thing that really got me, yes, the sense of humor, it's rapid fire, it's akin to some of the stuff we've seen in the Lego movies. It's kind of relentless, and it's funny, and it's expertly voiced. The entire cast is terrific. And there's some nice surprises in there, like Nicolas Cage playing Superman, which is, of course, a tip of the hat to the never-made Tim Burton Nicolas Cage Superman movie. I thought that was pretty charming. But what got me with this movie is the art style is so colorful and so in your face, sort of the base art style, the style that most approximates the style that we see in the television show. It's a little bit super deformed in terms of the character designs and stuff like that. It's a little bit cutesy and cartoony, but it's just a blast of color, and it just looks great. Jump City and the Titans Tower and all that stuff, it just pops off the screen. But the movie isn't afraid to try lots of other styles. They ape a little Disney stuff in there. There's certainly a throwback to the Batman animated series, and we see all the way through this just some weird contextual, choices and changes that make this movie just jump off the screen. It's absolutely gorgeous. And if you're a DC nut like I am, you're going to see tons and tons of great little homages and allusions to DC Comics characters that are maybe obscure or very obscure, and it's super fun. They actually pack a movie theater for one of the Batman premieres, and they're all sitting in the seats, and it reminded me of those supersized comics from the 70s where, Superman might be fighting Muhammad Ali, and in the background to see all of these super famous people. Well, in this movie theater, it's all these costumed heroes, and I thought that was really cool. I had a really good time with this. There's some songs in here that are pretty funny. They actually get Michael Bolton to blast out a song to cheer Robin up, and there's some great rap sort of freestyle stuff in here, which kind of evokes a little Run DMC or Beastie Boys kind of stuff with the Titans just throwing down. They keep Cyborg's hilarious because every time somebody questions their value or their worth, he's ready with his speakers come out of his suit, and he's ready to blast his mixtape in there and sort of throw down and tell them how important the Titans are. I loved all that. It was really fun. And my daughter had a good time. I think that she got a little bit bored with, when the comedy kind of stopped and people were. This is the thing. She's 6 years old. Okay, so this is the caveat. She got a little bit bummed out when all the Titans kind of, made Robin's dream harder to come by because they couldn't stop their shenanigans, and she thought that the team just wasn't being fair to Robin, and that kind of upset her a little bit because, you know, Robin was obviously very vocal about his passion and his dream, and the rest of the team members, they're just being kids and goofy kids, and they kind of get in trouble, and that upset my daughter a little bit. But she dug it, and she did smile and laugh out loud. There is some potty humor in here, which is pretty funny. I have to admit, I had some laugh out loud moments. I was giggling throughout this. I had lots of moments like, oh, look at that. That's somebody super cool in the background. And I was just charmed by the whole artistic enterprise. And the music was pretty catchy as well. She would give it, my daughter Ruby would give it a 7.5. I liked it more than that. I'm going to give Teen Titans Go to the Movies an 8.5 out of 10. And I think you should go to the movies to go see it.